Hey, what's up guys? Roger here for The Real Breakdown. Finally gonna do the Incredibles 2 movie review for you guys. Like I said, I'm still not fully set up in my studio, but it's a work in progress, and I figured I'd at least, give you guys a little something something. So, Incredibles 2, guys. It's been 14 years since the original Incredibles came out. My youngest sister, which you've seen on some of my reviews, was born 14 years ago. So, just think about that. Incredibles, the original, man, that was one of my favorite movies of all time. When I was a kid, I watched that movie so many times that I was able to quote like huge parts of the movie to the point that I drove my parents crazy, and they were like, enough, be quiet. So that should tell you how much I love the original Incredibles, and because it's a superhero movie, and even as a child, as you know, I love superheroes. So, and even to this day, so many people still call it the best Fantastic Four movie that they've ever seen, because even though it's not really a Fantastic Four movie, that's how a Fantastic Four movie should be done, and I completely agree. I love that first Incredibles, and when they said that, they were going to be coming up with another one, I thought, wow, not only is it about time, but, a little known fact is that Disney and Pixar, now they're the one and the same, but they don't really do sequels unless, like, the only way that they do sequels, aside from Cars, because that one was just a cash grab, they don't really do sequels unless they have a story, and they won't make a movie unless they have a really good story. That's how their movies are always so good and high quality. So why am I telling you guys all this? Because walking out of the movie theater, I thought, wow, that movie is one of my favorite movies of the year so far. And one of the biggest reasons is because of the story. Incredibles 2 has such an awesome story. If you haven't seen this movie already, which I know it came out a while ago, you need to go check this out. Like, it's that good, even if you're not even a huge fan of the first one. Incredibles 2, guys, like I just said, the story is amazing, and that's probably the biggest positive that I have from this movie, is that how they were able to have that continuation from the first one into this next one, but then on top of that, further the story of each character while also giving us the best things about the first one that we all loved and fell in love with. Yeah, so they were able to do that while still giving us something new, which is absolutely phenomenal and extremely hard to do for directors and writers and storytellers. Yeah, the things that I loved about this movie was how they literally picked up right where the last one left off, but then also continuing the storyline of the first one, which was the superhero relocation program, how superheroes have to be underground. And so that part of the movie still plays a huge role in the second one, but also twisting things a little bit, as you guys have seen from the trailers. This time it's Mrs. Incredible going out and doing missions while Bob, Mr. Incredible, stays home and takes care of the kids. And that dynamic, guys, was so awesome. You get to see Elastigirl be a badass, and it's all about woman empowerment and all that stuff. It was phenomenal, man. The reason that this movie is one of the best Fantastic Four movies is because you watch those original Fantastic Four movies, there's just something missing about them. And here, the way that they utilize Elastigirl's powers and even some of the other characters' powers, I'm just like, yes, that's exactly how a superhero would do things. That's exactly, if I had those powers, that's what I would do. Like, that's so smart. They think about things. So Elastigirl on her own doing stuff was awesome. And then you got Mr. Incredible at home with the kids, trying to learn new math, doing all the mom things, the parenting things that he's usually not used to. And it takes a toll on him because, he's like, I'm always used to being Mr. Incredible. I'm always saving the day, but I can't even save the day for my kids. Like, that kind of, the movie gets deep, and that's some of the serious topics that it touches on. And I just loved that so much. And then you got, the kids and, Violet going through puberty and all that stuff. And just a bunch of stuff, guys, that is really, really fun and real. Like, that's the thing that these films do so well, is that everything that you're watching you can relate to. But at the same time, these guys have superpowers, so it's awesome to watch at the same time. One thing that I think made this movie 10 times better was that you've seen it in the trailers, we get a lot more of Jack in this movie. And so if you guys remember, in the first Incredibles, we didn't really get much of it. If you watch the behind the scene, or if you watch the deleted scene or that extra special on the DVD or Blu-ray, whatever you have, where it's like, Jack and the babysitter, if they would have put that in the movie, then we would have gotten a lot of Jack. But In this movie, they have so many different sequences of just Jack Jack, and it's phenomenal. I'm not going to go into what they are, but just that alone, like, made the movie for me. And then on top, you got all the other story elements. You got a bunch of the returning characters, which are really cool, and then new ones as well. That's another thing, guys. A lot of the new characters that are in this movie, I really, really enjoyed. All throughout, guys, this movie was just such an awesome ride. It's great for the family. It's great for adults. Like, I just had so much fun with it. And it really did take me back to the first one. I mean, even Edna Mode, you've seen her in the trailers. She comes back. Oh my God, the scenes with her are amazing. Which, I don't know if you guys know, but the voice of Edna is actually the director. It's a dude, but he voices Edna, and it's just phenomenal. I love that character. But yeah, all that stuff. And some people might say, hey, you know, they just recreated the first Incredibles and just changed a few things. I beg to differ. There's a lot of similar beats to it, but they work because they've plussed them. It's basically like take the first one and, you know, make it 10 times better. That's all I can say it is. What do I always say, guys? There's no such thing as a perfect film. So yes, there are some negatives. The negatives for this movie, for me at least, are that the movie towards the end tends to be pretty predictable. I love the story, like I mentioned, but by the time the third act started, I already kind of knew where it was going to go. It didn't go exactly how I planned, so there is like, okay, it's not exactly predictable, but you kind of get the idea of like, okay, this and this might happen. But they still ended on a great note, and they still end it like really well and everything. It's just like I kind of predicted what was going to happen, and so did other people that I went to see the movie with. And the other negative that I have is, it's kind of weird, but like, we get to see a lot of Jack Jack. We get to see a lot of Mrs. Incredible. Like, a lot of the characters that didn't get much shine in the first movie got shine in this one, which is awesome. But the one person that I didn't really get a lot of is Dash. I really loved Dash's character, maybe because I picture that I could relate to him. In this movie, we kind of don't get as much of him. We get more of Violet, we get more of Jack Jack, Frozone. I mean, all, you know, some of the new characters. But in this one, I feel like Dash just kind of, you know, we don't get to see enough of him. But that's just me personally, because I love that character and I love those superpowers. So other than that, guys, the movie I thought was phenomenal. I can say it has my seal of approval for it's worth the 14 years of wait. I've already seen it twice. I'm probably going to go see it a few more times. And I can't wait to see it with my family. I haven't seen it with my family yet. It's definitely a family film. It's definitely a film to go on a date with, or just generally have a good time and have fun. And so many people that I know that love the original have already seen this one, and they love it as well. So Disney, Pixar, they do it again, man. These guys know what they're doing, and this film is just another home run for them. Yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think if you've already seen it in the comments below. Give this video a like, or go ahead and subscribe if you want, because I'm planning to do a lot more cool things once I get settled in and once I figure out everything that I got going on in my life. So yeah, guys, that has been the Real Breakdown, non-spoiler review for Incredibles 2. Such a great film. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.